Hi guys, welcome to today's video. I thought I would try something a little bit different today. So rather than me forcing you all to listen to one of my sort of presentations, I thought I would just do a walk and talk style video and talk about a couple of key things that have been on my mind recently with the fitness industry. So the first one being Matt Damon's physique transformation for the movie Odyssey. So if you haven't seen the movie, you should see it. It's a fantastic movie, in my opinion. Really good. If you follow that type of stuff and that kind of history. So Matt Damon is 55 years old, and to embark in the role, he was told by the director Christopher Nolan, I want you to look like ripped, I want you to look lean, I want you to look like you kill somebody, but also want you to look like you need a meal. Those words kind of resonate with me, because it's often how I felt when I competed as a bodybuilder. And that's genuinely how you feel. But he's obviously 55 and he's never been known for having like a really good physique. And I know he didn't look like a professional bodybuilder, but he looked great for me at 55 years old. Like really good. And I think, it's interesting to touch on how he managed to do that. So basically, he met up with his doctor. His doctor said that we're going to do a 90-day gut cleanse. We're going to take away all gluten. We're going to take away caffeine. We're going to take away sugar. So some massive changes. Obviously, you're taking away a lot of things he really likes. He was pretty miserable, he said, during it, which again I can relate to. But what was interesting is the gluten thing. So he said that he never considered he was gluten intolerant or he had an issue with gluten until he took it away. He said the inflammation in his gut, his stomach, was incredible, like the difference. He felt way better. Said he had less brain fog, which is interesting. So massive changes alone. Obviously trained hard, weight training, cardio, all that kind of stuff. But he attributes the main benefits to like his transformation, if you like, to removing gluten. And I spoke to a few people about gluten recently, and I don't know what it is, but if it's what they put in the food in the UK, but I think more and more people are either becoming, gluten intolerant, or there's something changed, because so many people I speak to that reduce bread and stuff like that notice a huge difference almost immediately, which is really interesting. I'm not saying that everybody should remove all gluten, but it's something that I'm going to consider doing. I'm going to try it. Not right now, but I'll explain why that is in a minute. But it is something I'm going to consider doing, because I think that if it can benefit me health-wise, if it can help with my gut, help me be leaner, and just generally feel better, then absolutely, why would I not want to do it? So watch this space with that one. That's something I'm definitely keen on trying. The next thing I wanted to discuss today was sponsorships. So for those that are new to the channel or don't follow me on Instagram, I used to be a professional natural bodybuilder. I retired 2018, so 8 years ago. But when I competed as a professional, I had sponsors. I had a supplement sponsor, clothing sponsor, a food sponsor. I had all of that stuff, and I was really grateful for that. It definitely made my life like a lot easier having that. That's for sure. But I see more and more these days, and look, I'm not slagging anyone, I'm not giving anyone a hard time, but I'm seeing more and more that, you'll see it in people's Instagram profiles. A lot of them are kids starting out, and they're like, use code, I don't know, James 10 to get 10% off, insert protein brand or supplement brand. You know, and I just think, you know, come on. Is anyone in this day and age, 2026, buying anything because someone like wears it or uses it? Like maybe absolute like elite brands like Rolex or I don't know, Armani, whoever, if it's like someone ultra famous wearing it, maybe that will influence people's decisions. It personally wouldn't influence my decision, but I'll tell you something that definitely would influence my decision. If a local personal trainer with a couple of thousand followers was touting his, you know, discount code on Instagram for me to get £4 off a tub of protein, that's definitely not going to influence me. So I just think, you know, I'm not looking for sponsors or anything. I'm not interested. I've done all of that stuff. You know, but like for a lot of these young kids, like I think they think it gives them credibility or something to have like some kind of discount code, but I'm not really that convinced it does. If anything, I think that it's forced them to put stuff out there on social media that doesn't benefit them, when they could be just putting out useful information that can help, you know, people looking to get in shape or whatever it might be. So that's just my take on that. I think a lot of people need to just take a step back, really think about, oh, is this actually going to benefit me to be posting about some brand's thing? And a lot of the time I've heard as well that a lot of these kids who are doing it, they still need to pay for the supplements. So they're not even getting the supplements free. When I had sponsors, they paid for everything. I got everything for free in order to promote their brand. Like, that's worthwhile. If you're a local personal trainer in Glasgow or Manchester, wherever it might be, and you're having to, you know, pay for supplements to then advertise a discount code, maybe you're getting a discount yourself, but to me, doesn't sound like a great deal. So anyway, that's just my take on that. Sorry, it's a bit windy here. I am in campus Lang, so the weather can be a bit ropey. The final thing that I want to talk about is my shoulder injury. So I've had it for around a month. I went to the physio like a week ago. It has been kind of clarified or diagnosed, if you like, that I have a rotator cuff injury to my right shoulder. I done it bench pressing. Wasn't even going particularly heavy, but it just happened through, I don't know, it wasn't warmed up enough, or to be honest, it's probably been in the post. But last week I was doing legs and I was doing walking lunges, and when I went to put the dumbbells back, I kind of awkwardly lifted them up and round, and then after that it was even worse. Just when it was starting to get better, the pain was very strong, and it was much more the front of the shoulder, which made me think, have I hurt my biceps tendon as well now? So supraspinatus, which is the rotator cuff, the physio seems to think that I've injured, inserts into the same place as on the humerus, or the clavicle, as the biceps tendon. So not brilliant. I've went from being able to do rows to now thinking I don't even know if I can do rows. I'm already obviously can't do any pressing exercises, so I'm not very happy about that, to be honest. Doing a lot of moaning about it at the moment. And I was actually considering going to A&E about it on Friday morning. It was that bad. Like, it genuinely was agony. But I've been doing hot and cold treatment. Seems to have settled down. It's still pretty stiff, but it's not painful. So I think I'll just wait and see how I go. Maybe leave it another week or so, then I'll go back in and see the physio. But that's the thing, like physios are great, but you don't want to go when it's maybe an acute injury, because the inflammation's so great that often it's hard to treat it, or it's hard to get, go through any kind of movement because inflammation's so great. But yeah, so that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed something different. Tried to keep it around 10 minutes long so it's not too boring. But if you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.